Hey YouTubers, how you doing? Facebook family, hi. Say hi, y'all. Say hi.
Hi.
This is my first guest today. I have my grandson, Junior. That's right, and my granddaughter, Quiana. Yes. And Junior, what you like to play sports, huh?
Yes.
Play football, baseball, basketball. We do all that stuff. Got trophies too, right?
Yeah, I got a lot of trophies.
A lot of trophies. High five on that. All right. And Quiana, you like to what? Ballerina?
Cheering and...
Cheering?
Yeah, and I got a lot of trophies for cheering.
A lot of trophies for cheering?
Yeah.
That's good. You gonna start gymnastics soon, right?
Yes, and football month.
And football month? Okay.
Yeah.
High five on that. All right. These are my two helpers for the day, and what we're going to do is we're going to show y'all how to make our gumbo. Like I told you before, cooking with kids are very important. That way you can spend quality time together, and y'all like my home cooking, don't you?
Yes.
They love it when I cook home meals. They really enjoy it, and they really get to have a kick out of it because they, get to get all into it. And what's the first thing we always do when we cook, y'all?
Wash your hands!
Right, wash your hands. You gotta wash your hands. Good. High five on that. High five on that one. All right. Now, before we go ahead and get to cooking, I want to introduce you to our ingredients we're going to have today. Yeah. And we're going to have, what's this, Junior?
Peas.
Right. And this is
corn.
Corn, right. And this is
rice.
Right. Now I'm gonna have to tell you, y'all know what this is. This, y'all, we use for our base. It's Zetaran's gumbo. It's really good. This is what we use here. And him and that big guy. And we use an Old Bay seasoning salt. Now, when we use the Zetaran, I start out with a box, but I keep a second box because sometimes I want to add a little more flavor. So it's always good to get two boxes. They're about $2 at Walmart, right? Deuces, $2 there? $2? Okay. $2. All right. Now, and these ingredients, what I'm using is all optional. These are my main ingredients right here. These are our main ingredients right here, and everything else we're using pretty much is optional. What we're using right now is, what's this called, y'all? Y'all remember?
Crawfish.
Remember that?
Crawfish.
That's right. And Quiana, you tell me, what's this one?
Shrimp,
right. Y'all, we got shrimp, we got crawfish we're going to use. We're going to use the, anybody remember what this was? Ooh, it's still wet. Anybody remember what this is?
Mussels.
Right, mussels! Show y'all muscles, y'all. Show y'all muscles. Mussels! We're going to have mussels, and we're going to add to our crawfish. And if you remember what I said about the jalapeno peppers, when we made the jalapenos, we had some extra chicken, and I told you, keep it together, because more likely you're going to use it for something else eventually, and this is what we're using it for. Remember the extra chicken I told you? I kept it in the refrigerator, kept it good. It's the same chicken from when I made my jalapeno peppers.
Yeah, Quiana was here.
She wasn't here, sure was.
What is this?
That's also chicken too, baby girl, but we have to slice that one up. This is already pre-prepped. You don't have to season your chicken like this is for my jalapenos. Remember I seasoned that one? You don't have to season it because I'm going to show you what we do with it. But right now, we just showing you what we have in here today. Anybody know what this is?
Sausage!
Right, Polish sausage. We're going to use some of this. And one thing else we're going to use today is, who know what this is?
Crab legs.
Crab legs, imitation crab meats. Not legs, meats. But we're going to use our grater right here. And we're going to shred our crab meat all the way down to the bottom. We want to get it grinded up. And I'm going to show you what that's for a little later on. But these are my helpers today. And what we're about to do is what?
Wash our hands!
Right, we finna wash our hands, and when we finish washing our hands, we're gonna get the food prepped up, and as I throw in the ingredients, we're gonna show you what we got. Right, y'all?
Yes!
Give me 5 on that. Dap it. Okay. Love you. Come on. See you soon.
What's up? Hey!
Alright, y'all. We just finished doing everything, and we got everything prepped right now. And what we did was, we turned around, we took our corn and our peas, we emptied them, and we rinsed them off, right?
Yes.
Rinse them off with cold water. Yeah, because you don't know what people might have put in there, so you want to rinse your vegetables like that off when you come out of corn, right? Okay.
We peeled the shrimp.
Okay, we're going to get...
off. we peeled the shrimp, and then Papa and Grandma just did the rest.
Yeah, I did the rest. We didn't do the rest. You did a lot of it too. But mostly everything what we did was this. You look at it here. We rinse off the rice. Always rinse off your rice and everything. Always rinse off your rice. So you get the extra starch off of it. Okay. You don't want all that starch on it. We rinsed off our crawfish. I usually like them live, but you know the store didn't have any live, so we had to settle for the one that was already gone in the frozen section. But usually I like mine live. Here we are. We shredded our crab meat. Crab meat's ready to go. And this is what
the kids did.
Yes, right. One of the things the kids did was they peeled the shrimp while we turned around and deveined them. Make sure you devein them. And when you finish messing with shrimp and other meats, what do?
Wash our hands.
Right. Always wash your hands when you finish messing with any kind of meat because it could be contaminated. You know, it's something I was done when I learned how to cook, when I was working as a chef. We always wash our hands right after you mess with meat. We cut the sausage up. We used 3 lengths of the sausage here when we had cut this. This is only a pound of crab meat, a pound of crawfish. Here's again my chicken, and we got them just diced in the little dice-sized squares. And that's what we did with that. We rinsed off our mussels. They're ready to go. And again, we're going to use our Zanaran gumbo base, and we're going to use Old Bay seasoning right here. Now, you might want to adjust your flavor a little bit according to what you want to do. It's up to you. Me myself, I might decide to, as I go along and I'm tasting it, I want to see, make sure I get the right flavor. I might add, of course, my favorite Lorry seasoned salt, and I might add some salt, some black pepper here, and I might decide to go ahead and add garlic salt. Not garlic powder, I'm using garlic salt. And one thing about garlic salt you really want to keep in mind is that when you do garlic salt, you don't need regular salt. Don't use garlic salt and regular salt. It make it too salty, way too salty. So if I do decide to use this, I'll let you know. You're going to see how we go about doing everything. And here, put that over there for me, homie. Thank you. And how we're going to start this off with is we're going to take this like 2-gallon size pot here. I'm going to fill it like 2/3 of the way up. And once I fill this up, I'm going to go ahead and throw in my sausage first, my chicken, my rice, my green pepper, my peas and my corn, and my Zanaran seasoning salt, Zanaran gumbo base, and my Old Bay seasoning salt. I'm going to throw these in first. As for my seafood, I want to throw those in last. Here, Mama, put that over there for me, please. Thank you, sweetie. I love you. I love you more.
Ever.
I love you forever. But anyway, we're going to throw in everything first besides the seafood. Anything that's seafood, we want to throw it in last, because if you throw that in too soon, the shrimp gets this little like more of a paste texture, not the shrimp texture that we're looking for. When we might decide throwing some black pepper, garlic, we might decide to spice it up. Again, these last 3 spices here, the seasoning salt, the garlic, the pepper, these is just stuff that I'm adjusting to my flavor. You adjust it to yours. But these 2 right here, these are the bases we're going to use. This is more of a base. So this is what we're going to use to make sure we get this gumbo flavor that we're looking for. Again, have two of these, because if you taste it, if it doesn't taste quite the way you look for it, throw in a second box. And also what I might decide to do is, as I go along, is if it looks too watery, because you see on the box here, it looks real soupy. I'm not sure if you can see that, but if you can, it looks real soupy. I don't like mine to look watery. I like mine to look a little thicker. And that's one reason why I throw in my shredded crab meat, because when I'm tasting the juices from this, I want flavor. I want it all. So that's why I shredded my crab meat. Oops, spilled a little bit, huh? Ooh, I be wrong, huh? but anyway, that's why I turn around and shred it, because I want something in every spoonful, every last bit of it. Right, Mama?
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
we do.
Yep.
That's what we're looking for. Okay, don't play with the stuff, too. All right, that's food. We don't play with food, right? Give it up on that.
Yep.
That's right. No, I should break my hand. Why don't you, girl? You bully. Okay. Okay, so anyway, well, like I said, we're going to do is we're going to start off by filling our 2-gallon pot with like 2/3, 3/4 of water just to start out with, and we want to cook the corn, the green peas, the rice, the chicken, the sausage. We're going to cook all that up together, and we're going to cook it until our rice is done. Once our rice is done, then we're going to throw in everything else. And that way, then, you know, the shrimp, the mussels, and the crawfish don't need a lot of time to cook. You don't really want to cook those too long. Behave yourself. You're on camera. All right?
Yep.
So we're gonna go ahead and get things started, and also we decide that we want to, like I say, thicken it up. We might use flour and water, and I'm gonna show you that a little later on exactly how I thicken my paste up. There's a little technique I like to use so you don't get that lumpy, like when you make gravy, you get lumps into it and everything. You make gravy from scratch. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with that, and when we get done, we get back with you, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yeah, so
Pause the video. Pause the video. Let's go.
pause the video. All right, folks, this is what we're starting out with. First of all, I'm putting my Xanaran, and I'm gonna stir it as I put it in here. I want it a little cold when I go ahead and do it, because again, just like flour, it'll go ahead and, you know, clunk up. So I want to stir this in as I put this in. And my assistants here, there we go. We put all of that in here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I got it on medium high. That's what I want to go ahead and start out with. And I'm stirring this in. I'm going to stir in also my Old Bay. That's about maybe 2.5, 3 tablespoons right there. And I'm going to stir that in. And I might adjust this as I go along. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw in my ingredients. My rice. Jenny, get the corn. No, just bring where I asked you to, please. Come on, hurry. Alright. Now we're going to throw in the rice first. Remember, rinse your rice off real thoroughly, real good. Get all that excess starch off of it. Okay. There's the rice.
Now it's time for the corn.
Stirring it in there. Right, dude. Now it's time for the corn. Mama, get the peas.
Peas.
Jerry, get the chicken.
Chicken.
That's 1 whole can of corn.
We need the peas first. Peas first. No, the peas first. Peas. Time for the chicken.
There's the peas.
No, why you skipping?
Brianna, go get the sausage for me.
Sausage.
Right. You gonna throw the chicken in there? Like I said, you can throw all this in together. Just throw the chicken on in there, and we're gonna cook all this at one time until the rice is thoroughly cooked. And the sausage, here we go. There we go. Reason I want to do this early while it's in there, because I want the seasoning and the flavor to get in those meats. I want it, when I taste the chicken, I want to taste gumbo. I don't want to taste chicken. When I taste the sausage, I want to taste more gumbo. You're going to taste the chicken and the gumbo anyway, but I want more of the flavor that I'm trying to get from my gumbo. Oh, piece of chicken hanging on in there. And we got all this cooking right now. Hang on 1 second. Make sure you get all the chicken. Here, Jerry, put this in the sink for me,
I
please.
just put it in there.
That's Junior. Thank you. Here, you put this in the sink. There we go. Now, again, this is all of my ingredients, and I'm putting in first. And I'm going to let this all cook until my rice is done. Once my rice gets done, then I'm going to go ahead. I'm talking. Thank you. Now, once my rice go ahead and gets done, then I'm going to go ahead and add in my seafood. So, you can cover it, leave it uncovered. I'm going to go ahead and keep it covered today because it's kind of high. It's about up to here. so I don't want to get too much of it. You want to overflow, but keep an eye on it. Make sure you stir it periodically, because when you cook it, you don't want the stuff to stick to the bottom of your pot. So you want to go ahead and cook it and let it all, just soak all the gumbo juices and everything as much as possible. And while that's cooking, we're going to check it in a little while, and we get back to you then. Bye. Okay, everybody, as you see, my ricing is almost done, and I'm about ready to add on everything else. But as you can see, the pot is kind of a little full, so I don't want to throw everything else in there. So I'm going to have to move this into a bigger pot now. So we're going to take this bigger pot right here, and we're going to put everything inside of this bigger pot. There we go. Now, I got plenty of room to add in everything else. Now, I went on ahead and I took it out. I'm gonna get a little taste here. Just a little taste. I'm gonna sip of my soup. It don't have the exact gumbo flavor I'm looking for, and I'm gonna go ahead and pinch my rice. You see, my rice is done. And my rice is flattened. You probably can see that right there. If you're not sure, my rice is flattened. So my rice is done. So for a minute, I'm going to turn this off for a second. Because what I want to do next, I'm going to show you how I go ahead and add more into it. Okay, like I said, my gumbo, it has not got the quite gumbo. It tastes like gumbo, but I want it banging with gumbo. So I got another, like I said, second box. Always get 2 boxes of this just in case my Zatarain gumbo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my gumbo inside the bowl, and I'm going to get a fork. You use a fork, or you can use your little, geez, I forgot what it's called right here. Whisk, I'm sorry. And this is why I'm explaining to you why I'm doing it like this, because I don't want this to clunk up inside my gumbo here. It's like flour. Whenever you cook with flour, and do the same thing with flour too. What I'm showing you right now, this is what you want to do to keep your gravy and your gumbo or anything that's kind of powdery like this from mixing in and clunking. What you want to do is you want to put your product in there with your flour, or in this case we're using the Zatarain gumbo, and we just go add water, cold water, and we're going to mix it into it together. You use a fork, or if you like to, you can use your whisk. And you want to liquefy it first before you put it in there. Same thing like I said with flour. I'm going to do that with flour too, maybe a little bit later on if I want to thicken it up some more. But I want more of the gumbo flavor, and what I have right now is not quite to my liking. Like I said, again, whenever you cook, cook to your flavor. Don't cook to somebody else's. Now, you see, liquefied. Check the edges. You got some around the edges right here. You want to do this whenever you want to add, make gravy or add anything powdery to wherever you're cooking with moisture in it, because if you don't, it'll be lumpy, clunky, and we don't want that. We want it to look just as creamy and smooth as possible. And this is a little trick that I've learned that makes it possible. It keeps anything and everything from lumping. Okay, everybody, now I got more room, nice and thick. Now, if you get too thick, add a little water. You get too thin, yeah, like I said, you can make your little flour base and everything and stuff with that, but it looks like this is going to be thick enough, so I'm going to have to show y'all that for another time. Now, what we're going to do is, we're going to add in our Zatarain, because we want more flavor. Ah, there it is. We add all that in there. Now, like I said, we cook this until our rice is done. And our rice is done. Let's double check and make sure. Grab a little bit. Take a little pinch. Yes, our rice is done. And right now, we're ready to add in the seafood. Mama, go get me the mussels. Junior, go get me the crawfish.
Yes. Crawfish.
Now, we're doing the mussels and the crawfish first because we want those in there just a few seconds before the shrimp and before the, thank you. We want the few minutes before the fish and before the shrimp, the mussels. Excuse me. We want the crawfish in a few minutes along with the mussels because they got shells on it. We want to give a few seconds for it to break through the shells. So there's our mussels. Our crawfish. And oops. There's our mussels. We're going to go and stir that up in there. Now these are only going to take a few minutes to cook. I believe it was already pre-cooked. That's why the crawfish was red. So we really don't need a lot of time to cook. Only thing we really want to do is just get this warmed up. Now, it's time for me to go ahead and add in my last two ingredients. And that is the shrimp and crab meat. Okay, kids, one of y'all go get one each. Okay, Junior, he brought me the shrimp. So we'll throw our shrimp in there.
I got.
Mix that in there.
Got the meat.
And what you got? You got the, that's right. You got the crab.
Meat.
Crab meat, right.
Donna.
And we're going to go ahead and throw that on in there. We'll go ahead and throw that in there. All of it. There we go. Now we're going to let this go ahead and cook. After you go ahead and put this in, you want to have maybe anywhere between 8 to 10 minutes and your food is properly cooked. We're going to let it sit for a little while so the flavor will get in there real good. But oh man, I can't wait till I show you this when it's done. Now we got everything in there. We got everything mixed. Everything's ready to go. We're letting it all cook. Normally, if it was real thin, I will go ahead and add in some water, but this is looking so, I add some water and flour. Again, mix my flour up with cold water and then put it in there. But in this case, it's coming out pretty thick. I'm not sure you can see it. I'm going to try to give you a quick little demonstration of that. Let me get my other thing here. See how that coming out? That's nice and thick. I like it like that. I like it like that. Now we're just gonna go ahead and put this back on medium. And we're gonna let this cook for maybe 10 minutes. And then we're gonna let it sit for about 15, 20 minutes. And it's ready. Alright? Thank you. Okay, we're not rapping right now. We're gonna try to hurry and get everybody out here. We ain't got time for that because they gotta go. Alright, y'all, you ready? Grab a spoon. Let's taste it.
Grab a spoon. That is so good.
Is it? You like it? Okay. It is good, huh?
Yep. What a little bit. I just eat it forever.
Okay, y'all. Anyway, excuse my French. But as you see, they're eating it. They like it. You like it?
Yeah.
Really tastes good?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you taste the shrimp? Okay. Excuse me. I gotta be making a mess over here. Anyway, y'all, my kids, they love it. I'm loving it and everything. Put your spoon down for me, y'all, so we can say goodbye to everybody. Alright? Now, again, this is Javante, a.k.a. Junior, and Quianta, a.k.a. Mama.
No, Quiana Thomas.
Okay.
No, it's Javante. Then know what is Junior. Yeah, and I like to call it Junior, but it's my real name, Javante.
Okay, Javante.
You
Anyway,
said Javante. My name's not Javante.
I said Javante.
Javante.
Hey, look, stop. We have to take everybody. Okay, did y'all have fun?
Yeah.
You have fun? Does the food taste good?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then, yes, me. And why you trying to tickle me up on the table, girl? Anyway, y'all, come on, let's say goodbye to everybody.
Bye. Bye. Bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube.
You cut off? Okay. Listen, y'all. They will have to step out the room for a minute, because don't forget, we're about to give you on the tip nets, and then we're going to close this out. All right? Love you. Y'all go ahead and finish eating. All right? I want to talk about dating. All right? Not too long ago, on the news, I've heard that a woman got killed because she was catfishing online, and when the guy found out about her catfish, you know, when he met her, he killed her, you know, because she wasn't who she said she was. She lied and everything, and it kind of broke my heart. You know, if you go be online dating, don't put your best looking pictures up there, or try to just put headshots and don't show your body. Show exactly who you are. If you want to find love, let the person love you for who you are. That's the only way it's going to be guaranteed it's going to work. If you trying to pretend like you're somebody else, or putting on a lot of makeup, and guys, you too, showing pictures when you was 20, 30 years old, you come out looking like you, God knows what. When that person actually meets you, they already feel in love with somebody who you made them think who you are. They feel in love with imagination. And then you think they're going to still love you afterwards, after you done lied, after you done tricked them? No, they're going to despise you. So if you go be online dating, or, you know, meet somebody by phone, or wherever how you meet them, but if you haven't met them face to face, then be straightforward. Be honest about everything. At least that way, then you know that that person will love you for who you are. And if they can't love you for who you are, then they don't deserve you anyway. This is Sean. This is the truth. I love you. Again, that's my tip of the day, and my tip of the week. And I hope that all of you find love in your heart. All of you find that special person, someone you can be a companion with. Don't set yourself up for failure. If you're going to lie about anything, trust me, you already failed. It's already over with. And if, guys, something for you, if a woman only seems interested in your money, it's going to fail. Women, if a guy sitting there talking about all his money and everything he has, he's only interested in one thing, to impress you, just to get you in the bed. So like I said, if you're really looking for love, then be yourself. Alright? God bless the woman who passed away. I'm sorry I don't know her name. I forgot it. But my thing is that you matter to me. And I want your safety. I want your heart. I want your spirit to always be the first thing that comes to mind when it comes to dating. Alright? I love you all. Peace out. And I'm looking forward to see you again. Oh, and for my next segment, we're barbecuing. Alright? So I'll explain some more of that to you later. Love you all, and be safe. Bye-bye.